Hey, this is Mark Watchers from MTC Media. Um, Looking at George Mason at Davidson tonight. Mason will have to try to keep pace by playing the number one team in the conference in the Davidson Wildcats. Now, Mason had a very challenging February, finishing the month 3-6. Going tonight, going into tonight, they will try to have their first back-to-back wins since the month of January. In their last time out, George Mason got a 69-62 win over GW. The Patriots did not allow a point in the last 5 minutes and 12 seconds as they went on a 13-0 run to turn a deficit into a lead, which eventually led to the win. Now, of course, George Mason was led by A10 Player of the Year candidate. I think we can safely say that Josh Orduro, who had 27 points and 14 rebounds. Now, like we said earlier, Davidson's in first place. They're half a game ahead of VCU, who has been equally as hot. The Wildcats present such a myriad of issues when you try to guard them defensively. The ball movement combined with the weak side, strong side actions going at the same time means you got to communicate, you got to move, you got to be in help side, and you got to finish every defensive possession with the rebound. Now, we know Davidson is led by Foster Lawyer and Hung Young Lee. Both of those guys lead them in scoring. There's the top guys, but that's not going to be the key to tonight's game. The key to tonight's game is going to be the matchup of Luka Brockovich versus Josh Oduro. If you've not seen Brockovich play, he is a joy to watch. The 6'10" big man has so much versatility. Step inside, go outside. He likes to get it at the top, and he'll back you down, similar to how Josh does, even though Josh can really get it in space and face and beat you. Brockovich is not going to face and beat you. At least he shouldn't face and beat you. But he will he will turn back and then try to back down and back you inside the post. So that is the key matchup here. Now, I think that Brockovich is a better perimeter shooter than Oduro, but as far as throwing in the post back to the basket, I think Josh is better than Brockovich is at that. And again, when they get it in space, both of them treat it differently. But I think Oduro is much better when he squares, faces, and takes, as opposed to if Brockovich tried to catch square and face. Oduro has the edge there. So what does that boil down to? It means that Oduro can't get into foul trouble, which he has over the past month. He has to be able to stay on the floor. And I'll be interested to see how head coach Kim English uses his bench against Davidson and the versatility that head coach McKillop has on his end. Very long, very tall guys with multiple threat skills on offense, inside, outside, and their stuff. When they run their actions, those guys can score in and out. And by those guys, I mean everyone on that floor. It's not, oh, my role is. They can score in and out. They are married to that action. They're very good. You're going to see a lot of it tonight. And their actions, it's their inbounds actions too. Their inbounds actions lead them into their natural actions where they are threatening to score on the inbounds. And I don't mean just throwing an alley-oop or trying to get a layup. I mean, every movement is a threat to score on their inbounds. So again, George Mason defensively has to be on top of their game in order to compete against Davidson's offense. And if you can't stop them on offense, Davidson's going to be pretty solid on defense. Where I think that George Mason can get an advantage is dribble penetration. I think Xavier Johnson can get to the basket tonight. If he really puts his head down and dedicates himself and plays off 2 feet, doesn't turn the ball over, he can get there. And I think Polite can also get into the lane for George Mason. So tough one tonight for Mason. Again, they sit currently in 7th place in the Atlantic 10. They got to keep winning. One, you want to hold off George Washington, who is literally right behind you, and the two teams have split this year. And I'm sure there is some thought to, just trying to end this season on a positive note, and it starts tonight. Hey, if you can go to the top team in this division and go to their place and get a win, hey man, that's a great way to enter March. So we'll give you the particulars. George Mason and Davidson, 7 p.m. tonight. It's on ESPN Plus. And this is Marcus Washington.